Hey, welcome back to DieCash Cars. So I just got back from the Collectors Nationals, Columbus, Ohio. Actually, no, sorry guys, I'm just kidding. I did not go to the Collectors Nationals. I wish I did, but that time frame that weekend actually lined up with my son's birthday. So obviously you guys know I was at Monster Jam checking out all the cool trucks, so I did not get to go to the Nationals this year. I really wish I would have, because there was an awesome lineup of cars, and it just seemed like all the people who went there got to go through, shop all the rooms, check out all the events, and just see all the new debuts. I mean, they all had a blast as well too. But the next best thing I did and was able to purchase the dinner car, the Nissan Silvia S15 from eBay. And of the convention cars, other than the pink R34, which I was able to secure one off of the RLC website, that was the most anticipated car for me. But let's just go through a quick history of the Nissan Silvia S15. It debuted in this blue Forza livery. It is a cast that was co-designed by both Jimmy Lou as well as Mark Jones. I would say even from its birth, I mean, this Forza version really took off. I mean, the popularity of it basically just skyrocketed. It might have had to do with the fact that this was the first time we ever saw these 6-spoke T37 rep wheels on a Hot Wheels cast, but nonetheless, it's an S15 SR20 power, something we don't get here in the US. So to see it in Hot Wheels format was just super exciting, and you can't say that even after all these years it still doesn't look great. And then afterwards, I mean, sky was the limit for this cast. There's just so many different liveries that they could have applied to it. Case in point, you got the HKS drift car that just looks great. And then if you think about the progression of the S15, it's what allowed this to happen. The Liberty Walk S15 super silhouette. And as we know, this is a super popular cast, super popular release. Right now, just a quick check on the secondary market on this piece. This Target Red Edition is currently selling for around $20 still, and in all honesty, I only see the value climbing. But what I wanted to focus on today was the dinner model, the S15, that was a tribute to Jimmy Lou himself. It was his pick for his dinner model car, and he did it up in this tiger stripe camo, which I personally think looks really good. I know there's a lot of folks who have mixed opinions about it. I also really do like the fact that they match the card to the car itself. I feel like that's pretty unique and one-off. I haven't seen a dinner model car released that has the matching card art like this. However, I will say it is pretty hard to tell that this is a Nissan Silvia. You really have to look at it very close to just see the overall shape of the car, but it makes sense given the car and the card art is all camouflage. But there are a lot of really neat subtle details to this car that hopefully you guys can capture on camera here. But first off, I really do like the fact that the axle center caps are painted red. Again, that's just a nice touch there. It does have full details as you would expect with a convention car. It does have a black hood, which I would imagine mimics the carbon fiber. And it does very subtly have Jimmy Lou's logo. So the J, the L, the lightning bolt, and the U right on the hood there. You also see that down in the bottom rocker panel here as well too. And then you got the convention details right there on the back trunk below the rear windshield. So overall, it's a pretty nice cast. It's a nice release. You also got Jimmy Lou right there on the rear license plate. So they did a great job. And in all honesty, I know there's a lot of, again, mixed feelings about this cast and this car, this release. But I think they did a really good job. And I think long term, there will definitely be some value on this car. Speaking of secondary market value, this is selling right now at an average of about $170. I've seen it top out at $2. I've seen it drop all the way down to about $160, but I would say a happy medium is about $170 if you're looking to pick one up on the secondary market right now. What is special about this one in particular, and pretty much the focal point of this video, is the fact that it is autographed by Jimmy Lou himself. At least that's what the seller on eBay said as he was selling this during the weekend of the convention. I have no way to authenticate that or know if Jimmy Lou really did sign it, but if you compare this autograph to the autographs of Jimmy Lou from the internet, just all over social media and whatnot, it looks pretty close. So I would trust the eBay seller in saying that this is probably a signed card by Jimmy Lou. Even if it wasn't, I mean, I paid $175 for it, which is about the going rate for this car even without the autograph, so I don't think I really made any major gains or losses with this purchase. But with that, I wanted to talk about today's topic, which is autographs on diecast and Hot Wheels. Does it really add any additional value to these cars? A lot like what we've seen in other hobbies. So take, for example, this Aaron Rodgers football card. You can see it's just a normal insert that you would get out of this product. And this card on the secondary market right now doesn't cost any more than maybe $1 or $2. But I also have this version here, which is actually numbered out of 4. And it does have an authentic Aaron Rodgers autograph on it. And this one, secondary market, as you can imagine, is significantly more than the original version. Right now, it's listed for around $500 to $600. So, from a diecast standpoint, can we expect that kind of value from any kind of diecast cars packaging that is autographed by designers or folks from the automotive industry? So first off, no disrespect to Jimmy Lou, but I don't think he's as well known as an Aaron Rodgers, which is probably why his autograph was easier to get and doesn't command that much more from a secondary market standpoint. I think the value in the autograph is really more sentimental, just to know that the designer of the car, or at least one of the designers of the car, had this card in hand, autographed it, and now it's in a collector's hands. I also think as a collecting community, I would say that we are all a lot more focused on the cars and the diecasts themselves versus the packaging, versus the any kind of personalizations or autographs or memorabilia that might be associated to each of these cars. So as far as the value of this autograph convention S15, I would say at the very most, it's no more than $15 to $20 what it's selling for currently on the secondary market. So if I paid $175 for it, current selling price for this car is around $175. I would say it's no more than $200, maybe sub $200 right now. And to back up that claim, I have a couple of other examples for you guys. So I've shown this car on this channel a number of times, but this is the dark variation of the 2010 release Nissan Skyline R34. So this car alone, even in a loose format like this, I believe this was pretty specific to a small run that came through multi-packs. Right now, I believe secondary market, this variation would probably sell anywhere from $30 to $40. But this is from the exclusive John Lambert Lamley Group collection. And again, I purchased this off of eBay way back in the day for $50. So essentially a $20 increase over the secondary market value of the car, because it comes with this authentic Lamley Group card and autograph by Mr. John Lambert himself. And I've showed this on the channel before too, but this is my ultimate grail piece. It is a 1 of 25 customized piece by Mr. Junimai, and on the bottom there is the seal of authenticity, Junimai's autograph, as well as Kenji Sumina, CEO of Greddy Performance, where this car was actually sold. Retail price on this was around $400. I paid $300 for it. Right now, secondary market value, there are no sold listings given just how rare and scarce it is, but I would estimate that this car is probably around that $500, $600 price point right now on the secondary market. A lot due to the fact that it's autographed as well as being fully customized by Mr. Junimai. So again, this kind of takes the autograph to a whole nother level where it is authentic memorabilia and very personalized by the designer himself. And speaking of designers and memorabilia, I have this Color Racers miniature Nissan hardbody, which came from the Larry Wood collection. After he retired, there was a collector who purchased a good portion of Mr. Larry Wood's collection and sold off bits and pieces. This car, secondary market value, is probably no more than a couple dollars, $5 at max. But because it was from Mr. Larry Wood's personal collection, I ended up paying about $20 for this off of eBay. So again, just the connection to the designers or someone from the automotive industry does tend to add about that $10 to $25 increase to the overall value. And even more recently, just last year, we know this was a very hot RLC release, the Ryu Asada Tribute Honda S2000, and you can see it does have a facsimile autograph from Mr. Ryu Asada, which again just added the overall appeal and value to this car. Granted, these things were produced in a pretty high volume out of 30,000, which makes the value of this car somewhat low, and obviously this isn't an authentic autograph. But at a retail price point of about $30, this car is sitting at $60, largely due to the significance and the tie to Mr. Ryu Asada. So what does this all boil down to from a diecast collectability standpoint? Well, I guess my bold prediction is that I feel Hot Wheels and the diecast makers out there are gonna go back to personalizations, autographs, even facsimile autographs, just to add that level of personalization to diecast cars. And maybe we'll even see autographs as a chase variant, a lot like Phil's Garage, Larry's Garage, and I believe there was also a Wayne's Garage, where Hot Wheels released all of these cars that were designed, and there were chase pieces associated that were initialed on the bottom by the designer, a lot like this Ferrari 288 GTO Phil's Garage. And as you can see right on the bottom here, it's got the PR for Phil Rillman. He's one of my personal favorite Hot Wheel designers, just because, as we all know, he designed the Nissan Skyline R34 and ushered its rise in the diecast community to this day. But since it's Friday, let's get this bad boy opened up just so we could take a better look at the Ferrari itself. I'm always a sucker for red Ferraris. And just take a look at this autograph on the bottom. And I know, guys, I just opened up a $100 Ferrari chase piece, but no regrets, because this thing looks awesome, and I don't think you can appreciate a Ferrari unless it's out of pack, because Hot Wheels did such a great job with these Ferrari casts, and it's a shame that they lost the license. But just look at this thing. Full metal body, metal base. I love the chrome 5 stars, and a lot like the Silvia S15, it's got painted center caps on the wheels, this time in yellow. It really does remind me of one of my Subarus from back in the day. I had BBS wheels on it, and I actually had red center caps. So as you saw my car drive down the street, it was just really nice to see that red center on the wheels. But man, it looks great. And let's take a look at that initial autograph on the bottom there. So obviously these are probably laser etched on. It doesn't look like Mr. Phil Rillman actually took a pen and put his initials there, but I can definitely see something like this coming back into the Hot Wheels lineup. Just like how Speed Machines came back, Boulevard came back, I could see a Garage series or a designer personalized series coming back, to where we'll have at least variations, if not chase pieces, with some kind of autograph on it. I could also see RLC releasing a very, very limited quantity of cars that are somehow personalized, whether it's memorabilia or autograph from designers. So definitely stay tuned. Again, bold prediction. I have no connections. I'm not Lamley Group, so I'm not sure what's coming. But if Hot Wheels is going to follow the collector world, and what's trending as far as collectability. With collectors, I could totally see autographs coming back, making a big splash, and significantly increasing the value of all of these little toy cars that we collect. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comment. Let me know if you have any really cool autographs in your collection with your DieCash cars. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time on DieCash Cars.